Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. To start things off, digital currencies or crypto aren't on the edge of a collapse. These were the controversial words conveyed by Joseph Lubin, an Ethereum co-founder and Consensus founder, during a recent appearance on CNBC's First on CNBC segment. Here's the actual video for it. While such sentiment from a prominent industry leader is evidently bullish, many investors were left asking what catalyzed his optimistic claim. Of course, foreseeing this outcome, Lubin went on to explain his answer and what's next for the nascent crypto world, which has been beaten and bruised to hell and back since the start of 2018. Nice choice of words, highlighting the reoccurring theme of cycles in the cryptocurrency industry. Lubin, a Canadian technology entrepreneur, noted that there have been a series of booms and busts in the crypto ecosystem in the past decade, alluding to the fact that while prices are in a bust, fundamentals are booming. The Ethereum co-founder added his budding ecosystem is the strongest it has ever been, indicating that the decline of speculative interest hasn't irked true believers of this innovation. Lubin added, he is making this claim due to a colossal increase in the number of projects, people, entrepreneurs, and developers that are actively involved in the space. He elaborated, saying, it is orders of magnitudes bigger than it was, and the foundational infrastructure is getting built out. And after taking a look at the recent news cycle with Wall Street players and technology hotshots entering the space, it is apparent that Lubin's claims should be ringing true with investors today, even amid a depressed market cycle. The CNBC host pushing the interview forward went on to question the Consensus founder about how the regulatory situation surrounding cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology. Lubin, turning the question somewhat on his head, noted that while you boil down blockchain tech, it is all about decentralized traditional systems like trade, finance, tokenized custody systems, and building infrastructure for the sole purpose of facilitating digital asset ecosystems. And as such, he explained that regulatory uncertainty has started to become a thing of the past in various different jurisdictions around the globe. Like I said before, many other countries are slowly getting it and understanding that they can be at the forefront of all of this if they just give the actual regulation. This is why I think we've seen Japan and South Korea and Taiwan, I think, or something like that, the last couple of weeks talking about that they are definitely going to give regulatory clarity exactly where they are. And this is why we've seen so many people and exchanges leaving the US for other countries where they have given their rules already. So first of all, and I want to make this extremely clear. This is why I've been throwing it in certain videos and I've been talking about it every now and again. Don't think for a second that crypto isn't going to be something extremely massive. For those who've been here for quite a while, I'm pretty sure you get it by now, especially with all the people we've been talking about who have been entering the cryptocurrency space, who have been putting their money into crypto. The fact that we have confirmation from many people and many analysts and stuff like that, that we have 8 to 10 times more interest than we did last year, even when the crypto market was booming, as it were, and the prices were completely going insane. As of now, I don't actually have the charts open over here for the, for CoinMarketCap and stuff like that, because it's kind of pointless because prices are just completely going sideways. But what the amount of things that I've been reading the last couple of days, and like the amount of things that I've been seeing on TV and stuff like that, where people are talking about the future prospects for crypto prices and where prices are going to go, everyone right now, and don't hold your breath on this, like actually like release your breath as I'm talking. Everyone thinks that for some reason it's lining up, that the market is lining up to move on October 31st. And it's not because it's Halloween. It's because this apparently was the day that the Bitcoin white paper was released. And everyone thinks that it's like this monumental, I mean, it is a monumental historic moment. But people think that the market is waiting for this exact date because it is the in-between time, if you will, to November 1st. And November has been quoted and said many times that it's going to be the time when crypto is expected to start going back up. And as the market has completely gone sideways, people think that we're entering, that the range is getting so tight now that apparently, potentially, maybe, speculatively, allegedly, that everyone's waiting for the date that the 10-year anniversary of when the Bitcoin white paper was first written. And on that same exact note, I found this article as well, and I thought I should mention it simply because of who is involved with it. For those of you who were not around, for those of you who were around this time, there was a coin, cryptocurrency, if you will, called Bitconnect. And at the forefront of this, so the whole point of Bitconnect was, it says somewhere around here, they were a website. Amazing. They were a website that pretty much promised investors 1% daily returns on their investments. It got to the point where Bitconnect was so large, I had people telling me that they were leaving my channel because I wasn't talking about Bitconnect, how much money they were making on Bitconnect. There were three major YouTubers, not going to mention their names. If you're in the know, then you definitely know them, whose main goal was to talk exclusively about Bitconnect and what it was and stuff like that. And I remember certain videos, I remember watching one or two of their videos to see like what all the hype was about. And there was one of their videos, I think the guy, I think he ended up getting like 8 Bitcoin in one day as his like referral thing. So if you referred other people to Bitconnect, you got a portion of the money that they ended up putting inside of it. And I remember when he got 8 Bitcoin in one day in his video, and his comment section had completely gone insane because everyone was like, we need to get into this. I also want to make 8 Bitcoin a day, not realizing that. Anyway, the point is, it turned out to be one of, if not the largest scam that we have had in the cryptocurrency community. It's still like this major thing where so many people have been making fun of it for a very long time. This guy right here, his name is Carlos Matos. He's very famous because I'm pretty sure you can find the actual video somewhere. He went onto there was like a Bitconnect event. He went onto the stage and he screamed like a ravenous lion. Like I can't even explain it. How much he declared his love for how much he loved Bitconnect, and was telling people that he was so upset that other people thought that Bitconnect was a scam. All it did was make him and his friends rich, and everyone has to get into this. Super long story short, he came out recently saying that Bitcoin is a scam and that everyone should sell everything that they have because the prices of cryptocurrencies are never going back up. What's ironic about the entire point of this, there were also like really sad videos floating around. Like I said, if you were here back in the day, you definitely remember all of this happening. There were a lot of people who trusted people like him and other YouTubers, and they put their life savings inside of it. There was another video of this guy who put $30,000. He took out a loan for $30,000 in an attempt to surprise his girlfriend / wife, whoever he was living with at the time. And he said he saw the prices going down. He didn't really pay a lot of attention to it. And then he woke up in the morning and like 2 days later, and the prices was almost nothing. Like at the height, it hit $450. It fell down to 6, and I think before Bitconnect got delisted everywhere, I think it was like 15 cents or something like that. A lot of people lost all their money. I really wish I could play it without getting like a copyright strike or something like that. But if you have the time, I'm pretty sure you can find, like, type in like Bitconnect guy screaming or something like that, and you'll find it, and it'll definitely make your morning or day wherever you are. Point is, he is apparently still active in the cryptocurrency world. I don't know why people would even listen to his anything at this point. But he came forward very recently talking about that the crypto market is never going to go back up. This is why I said, like, it completely ties into this. You have like an actual creator of cryptocurrencies and like an actual dev who's talking about that he sees the growth inside of the market and that crypto is definitely going to boom again at some point because of everyone who's getting inside of it. And then you have someone who sold a scam to tons of people and then denied that it was still a scam even as the prices were going down, and said that it was everyone was trying to spread misinformation about the Bitconnect project, and now he's talking about that Bitcoin is a scam. I guess, I mean, years later, I always say when we do have books written about this time of cryptocurrency and how young the cryptocurrency market was, it's just going to be absolutely amazing when we get all the information about it, because I can only assume. I remember there was something also when Bitconnect collapsed. I remember there was something with him where he was talking about, oh gosh, what was it? Like how he didn't know, he had no idea. He also lost money. I think he also said that he lost 100K or something like that, and how he felt really bad. Lo and behold, he's still in the cryptocurrency space, and he thinks that his word should mean something, especially when it comes to what is a scam and what isn't. The very definition of irony. Alrighty then, let's move on. Next up, major Hong Kong-based cryptocurrency exchange known as OKEx or OKEx will delist over 50 trading pairs with weak performance, according to an announcement published on the 25th of October. As per the announcement at 6 a.m. on the 31st of October, once again, that same exact time date, the exchange will halt the trading of a swath of pairs that they cite as having weak liquidity and trading volume. The exchange warned users that they should cancel their orders of the affected pairs for the platform. OKEx also made a point of noting that it will delist only the indicated trading pairs, but not the tokens themselves. Andy Cheung, head of operations at OKEx, called the move housekeeping in a tweet, saying that OKEx and other top exchanges, as leaders, we are responsible for promoting a robust ecosystem. We want to take action on these underperforming tokens now. In a tweet announcing the delisting yesterday, he said, getting listed is not final. Maintaining a good performance is the key to success. Part of what I'm a little confused about, and we've spoken about something very similar to this before. Remember, I kept on saying I thought it was kind of, well, one, it was extremely weird that every single cryptocurrency exchange was just listing Bitcoin as the only trading pair, and then they started adding Ethereum, started adding Litecoin. A lot of them are now adding XRP. So first of all, we had a lot of exchanges who have been delisting coins in general simply because the coins are fake. Not even that they're not performing well, like they just don't really, like their dev teams have completely disappeared. I can't remember the name of that website where people go onto and you can talk to the devs and stuff like that. Like a lot of them have just completely vanished. What I find kind of weird is what is negative for an exchange about just having a trading pair there? Like, what's the point of delisting 50 trading pair? Is it because it maybe looks like the website is kind of clogged up or something like that? Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, I can understand delisting a coin that's fake, that isn't real, that turned out to be a scam, where the devs completely ran away with the money. You know, the ICO ended up crumbling and falling apart. But I feel like why would you delist? First of all, this isn't me stepping on their neck or talking negatively about them. I also don't know them. Why would you delist trading pairs, especially if potentially the crypto market could go up and these 50 plus trading pairs could be beneficial to the cryptocurrency ecosystem, wherein it could create a huge amount of liquidity for every other coin that we have through these 50 trading pairs, as opposed to knocking those out once again and then causing support for the top 4 or 5 cryptocurrencies, as opposed to increasing liquidity for the other cryptocurrencies that already don't have liquidity, and this is why you're delisting them. You kind of get what I'm saying? I asked a question a couple of videos ago, and I was asking people, and people were responding in the comment section. Thank you very much for that. And I was asking, is it difficult for an exchange to add trading pairs like on their website? And people were saying, I assume they were truth tellers, and they were saying that as a dev, they said, no, it's not really like difficult. You have to add in the code, and it kind of just sits there, and then, you know, the new trading pair is there. So I don't see anything detrimental to their systems as to having the actual additional trading pairs. I could only see something beneficial. Like if we plan on having a major cryptocurrency market exchange world ecosystem, I am still for the idea that every single coin should have at least 5 to 10 different coins attached to them. You know, I understand, you know, having 2,000 trading pairs for 2,000 coins. I get it. It's a bit too much. I couldn't even really find the exact listings of the names of the coins that had the trading pairs that were going to be delisted, which I also thought was a little special. The fact that they talking about delisting doesn't really matter. A little perplexed as to why you would do this. Everyone has a method to their madness, I suppose, but it seems a bit ridiculously short-sighted potentially in the future, especially if, like, imagine what a boost these cryptocurrencies could have potentially in the future if we do have a bull market relatively soon and you just delisted them. Especially imagine if the bull market happens on November 1st and they just delisted it the day before, and all of these coins then start losing even more liquidity because of a delisting like this. Kind of weird. No one else? Just me? All right, let's move on. So I'm not going to really read through this too much. What's happening right now is still continuing. It pretty much goes into the fact that Tether is collapsing like a neutron star kind of into itself. A lot of people have completely lost faith in it. These are the coins who are trying to now take over Tether's place. And someone actually made like a little graph here. The blue line is Tether, and it shows over the last couple of weeks, not even months, how the dominance of Tether is slowly collapsing, simply because everyone is trying to make sure, like I said before, that they find a way to get rid of Tether, or rather that their coins or other coins start to dominate over Tether before we actually have the next Bitcoin bull run. Because if we do have a bull run and everyone is still attached or used to Tether, that could be detrimental to the entire thing. Like I said, not going to spend too much time on this, but I'm expecting by the end of this year, Tether is probably going to not that they're not going to exist. They won't be spoken about at all anymore. We've had so many crypto exchanges who have been adding force. I'm pretty sure you also remember this happening. There are multiple cryptocurrency exchanges who are adding like 4 new stable coins to their platforms at the exact same time. Like, not even adding like one other alternative. They're adding 4 at a time just to be able to spread their bets out so that they can kind of make sure that people aren't reliant on Tether. I don't remember many crypto exchanges who have been talking about delisting Tether, which is kind of interesting as well, that the fact that they would be trying to hedge their bets, I guess, if you will, against Tether, but none of them have announced that they're going to completely delist Tether. I assume, once again, if Tether ends up having a circulating supply, if you will, of less than 1 billion coins, I think that'll be an indication for the other cryptocurrency exchanges that it's time for them to delist it. And that's at least how I feel about it. It seems kind of logical at this point. Everyone is so busy fighting against Tether. The fact that they are still using it, maybe it's because Tether has, billions of coins out there, and the other cryptocurrencies, especially like Paxos and Gust and Tusta and all the other coins and stuff like that, they don't really have billions in their reserves yet. So this could be one of the main reasons why Tether is still kind of hanging on by a digital thread. Alrighty. Something I've been saying for months, and I think it's definitely going to happen. Coinbase's success has not gone unnoticed by the great strategists of the world of finance. The famous multi-service company focused on trading and warehousing of crypto assets has more than 13 million customers and reported revenues of over $1 billion in 2017. Daniel Masters, founder of Global Advisors Limited and former head of global energy trading at JP Morgan Chase, commented recently that Coinbase could in the future be a strong competitor for established players such as the New York Stock Exchange or even the Nasdaq. Of course, this optimistic future is only possible if the right conditions are in place. According to what a successful analyst said to Bloomberg during an interview a few days ago, they said, rather than re-engineering the CME so that they repedal their old systems and put in distributed ledger databases and so on, what you do is you turn securities into cryptos and you trade them on crypto exchanges. You've seen Coinbase do this. The structure that they've put together is a registered broker-dealer, a registered investment advisor in all 50 states, and an automated channel zone to trading system. And once you put these 3 things together, plus their 12.5 million customers, they have their own stock market. And once they issue tokens on it, this is a competitor to the New York Stock Exchange and the Nasdaq. Masters also commented that the history of crypto has gone through several stages, each with different characteristics, but with extremely positive consequences for the consolidation of the technology as a political, economic, and social phenomenon. For Masters, the first wave of the crypto movement came with the emergence of Bitcoin. The second was with Ethereum. The third wave that we are currently experiencing is that of security tokens, which he explains as follows. He said the third wave, in my opinion, will be called so-called security token. So you cannot do an ICO with these anymore, but you can do a security token, which is the STOs that we were talking about before. What does that mean? These will be, in the first instance, one of the exemptions from the Securities Act, either a Reg A, an A+, a Reg D, or Reg S, whereby a token will represent equity in a private company, and it will exist in this space between what has traditionally been private companies and public companies, and it'll be a hybrid, which is transparent and liquid and transferable. I'm all but certain at this point Coinbase is going to be around for a very long time. They are not too big to fail, but the fact that we have so many other things in the cryptocurrency space who are like not professional, if I can kind of say it that way, Coinbase has made sure that they have pretty much done exactly what Ripple did. They made sure from the very get-go that they were with regulators. They were working with regulators. They tried to do this. They tried to do that. I don't see them going anywhere, and I wouldn't be shocked that part of the reason why the New York Stock Exchange and why the Nasdaq and why other players are getting into the cryptocurrency space is because they see exactly how large that Coinbase was growing. Like making $1 billion in revenue from not really from other people doing other things. Like there's the only work that you really had to put inside of it was making sure that your infrastructure was okay, and that which ended up not really working out too well for Coinbase at the end of last year, especially when their systems couldn't really handle it. The point is, $1 billion in revenue is $1 billion that did not go into the pocket of the New York Stock Exchange or the NASDAQ, and this is why I still think that they got into the space, because if they already registered to list and do some blah, blah, blah with securities on their exchanges, this is why I think they came forward, because this is why I think that Coinbase has also been trying to get all the legal paperwork to make sure that they kind of remain relevant. But I think Coinbase isn't really going to go anywhere. But this is, I think, why the other competitors have gotten into it, because they also wanted a slice of that pie. Like $1 billion for not really doing much, just having people trade on your platform, is incredibly insane. Alrighty, let's move on. Last up, this is I'll tell you what I think when I'm done with it. A new token is set to be launched on the Ethereum blockchain this January, one that will be backed 1-for-1 by the world's largest cryptocurrency. The companies behind the initiative include decentralized exchange startup Kyber Network and Republic Protocol, as well as cryptocurrency custody company BitGo. What's more, a number of Ethereum-based projects are also reporting that they will support adoption of the token once released. These include decentralized cryptocurrency exchanges and finance-focused blockchain products participating as launch members, not going to read through all the names, aimed at replicating the utility of Bitcoin in a way that's interoperable with Ethereum. The Wrapped Bitcoin, that's the actual name of it, or WBTC, token will facilitate any decentralized application running on the blockchain. They called it the best of both worlds. This was said by the CTO of BitGo, Benedict Chan, characterized WBTC as processing both the stability of Bitcoin, which is not, Bitcoin's not that stable, just for like the last 4 weeks, and the flexibility of Ethereum. Chan told CoinDesk, and I quote, "It's very similar in some ways to how people created banknotes that represented a pound of gold. A pound of gold was heavier, and it took longer to trade. You could use a note which represented a pound of gold, and it was well accepted," end quote. In the case of WBTC, BitGo is the primary custodian in charge of holding a reserve of Bitcoin to back all minted WBTC token in circulation on the Ethereum blockchain. And unlike other stable-pegged coins or stablecoins pegged to fiat currencies, WBTC tokens will feature a full proof of reserves verifiable directly onto blockchains. They said the beauty of that is all we have to do is put a web page and show all addresses that have the Bitcoin, and at the same time, people will be able to check how many WBTC are in existence just by looking on the Ethereum blockchain. Apart from a Bitcoin custodian, there are also registered merchants responsible for and redeeming WBTC tokens to all users. Currently listed to be the Kyber Network and Republic Protocol. Merchants complete transfers of WBTC for Bitcoin and vice versa in the form of atomic swaps. So, without really reading much further, you guys know how, guys and gals, know how I feel about other coins using the Bitcoin name. I get it, kind of. The point of this seems to be that they are creating a wrapped Bitcoin that works on Ethereum so that it has the stability of Bitcoin, which doesn't really exist, and the flexibility of Ethereum so that it's interoperable as both between them. I couldn't find anywhere exactly if it's going to be pre-mined, if it's going to be available to the general public, if it's going to be pegged to the price of Bitcoin, if you're going to have to mine it. Like, there's no real information on this, especially when they have about 2 months now for them to be launched on the Ethereum blockchain. I don't know if it's going to be an ICO. Like, there's no real information around it. I don't particularly myself see the point of having to launch yet another coin. To be fair, we don't have many that are pegged in some way to Bitcoin. Like, I don't know. First of all, what I would assume from something like this is that they're trying to replicate Bitcoin without calling it, or rather not being able to officially call it Bitcoin. Thus the wrapped in front of it. I think the wrapped part should have chosen a different name, in my opinion. What it seems like to me right now is that until we get more information, that they're going to be listing another coin on Ethereum. It's going to be called Wrapped BTC or Wrapped Bitcoin. I can only assume that they're going to pre-mine the amount of Bitcoin, Wrapped Bitcoin, that are already equal to the circulating supply of the normal Bitcoin. It seems like they're going to be pegging it to the price of Bitcoin, because it says, you know, pegged, which is kind of weird, because then it just kind of creates a secondary Bitcoin that you could have just had if you just forked Bitcoin. Or I don't really understand the point of this. Maybe someone else can clarify for me. Once again, like I always say, I feel like all the coins that we have now, just work on those coins and kind of make them better. Maybe there's some type of odd benefit that the world may be able to use these in the future, and it's just something that we can't really figure out at the moment. I don't see the need for a new coin on top of Ethereum that's fully backed by Bitcoin. That just doesn't make any sense. Just use Bitcoin. Like, Bitcoin is backed by Bitcoin. What more do you... I don't understand why people keep creating all these new coins and new tokens. Like, okay, rather, I'll put it this way. I'll try and remember to come back to this story in about 3 years, and we'll see if this token still exists. Deal? I'll put it that way. So many people keep trying to make like Bitcoin clones or Bitcoin copies or Bitcoins. Just use Bitcoin. Like, if you're that determined to make Bitcoin something, you know, amazing and fabulous and wonderful, maybe just buy Bitcoin and try and work on the code or something like that, or work on the whatever features you were trying to put onto this new coin that's put on top of Ethereum. Maybe just whatever. Alrighty, that's definitely gonna do it for this video. I'm mumbling once again. For what it's worth, I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all are having a great day, morning, afternoon, and or evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you once again for watching and or listening, depending on how you absorb this information. And I will talk to you all soon. Please watch these videos. Like, it's just some of the greatest things in the entire world. There was like someone who made like a remix of like a 5-minute remix. It is absolutely amazing. I might go watch one right now. All right, everyone. I'll talk to you all soon. See you.